capture the flag.
Hello everybody and welcome back to day 2 of HCS Major, hosted by FaZe Clan. We've got Carolina Gaming up against Pure, the open bracket team, really aiming to one of the higher seeds. Currently Pure sitting second alongside Office Gaming, who are top in ITB, who are in third place. No doubt about it, Pure teams will be watching hoping that Pure can get the job done. For Carolina Gaming, Dan, they made it here through the passion pit, but unfortunately for them, through the elimination side, they already have a basic defeat. They're looking to cause the upset.
At least that defeat gets chalked off by getting through the bracket and into full play, but of course by being in this position, it gives you a certain rivalry to the pool as well, and your reward is playing better teams because you dropped into that elimination bracket, right? Well, it's going to be Pure that you're going up against, but it is going to be Carolina Gaming who get the lead with an early flag cap. Pure, they went 3 down. Carolina Gaming were able to run the flag, but it looks like maybe there's a counter cap opportunity here for Pure. Running this one, Cherish has the sniper, who have gone down for Carolina Gaming. It looks like it's going to be an instant response here, shows.
Oh, it's not messing around. No,
Captured your flag.
maybe some inspiration on the side of Carolina Gaming that they got that early flag capture and they can now prove that they can make this one bleed. CTF is that kind of map in which if you're not minding your P's and Q's, you can very quickly trade for Envor and Talik. An opportunity for
Rock and Carnage, things go well together and remember, with a win here for Pure, it almost guarantees them through as a top 2 team really in this pool after having success against ITB earlier on yesterday. But there could still be some chances. Crazy things could happen. Carolina Gaming could go on to beat Optic, go on to beat ITB. There's always that potential chance for ties happening as well. So it's never guaranteed, but you can put your best foot forward and at least win as much as possible. So 1-1 at the moment. Carolina Gaming though looking pretty good right now. I'm going to say they are going toe-to-toe with Pure.
You're thinking about chances of ties. And they share a pool with mischief in the groups.
ITB like tying up.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, I was going
best
here.
Okay.
That's on me.
4 dead though for Pure. An opportunity for Envor to push forward for his team. He's going to sit on the window just inside the main ramp. Bomb spawn, it's not going to get on the main ramp. Bait and switch, beautiful breakout and pressure that the game has been building up, but unfortunately for them, that pressure amounted to nothing.
The early start maybe Carolina Gaming off guard here as well. Pure off guard, excuse me. Carolina Gaming just quickly out of the blocks, able to get that first flag, and Pure had to go for a counter cap. But now they're starting to find their footing a little bit here. 10 to the last shot. Another one as well, killing spree for him. And we'll have to see whether they can make a flag run out of this, and they will. So you can see it was traversing the entire map. It will be a capture, 2-1 now. Carolina Gaming, even though it was a hot start, sadly could not stop the Pure comeback.
And last shot, what can you do with it? It's gone into the ascendancy. Doing some good ones in the return. For Carolina Gaming, this is the beautiful thing about an open bracket game, right? You have that meritocracy. You make it through the passion pit, and you make it to the Saturday. And that dream is still alive of pushing forward and being the team that can cause massive upsets and upset all kinds of brackets and seeds. But as it stands, Pure right now with a 2-1 lead. Common all alone, isolating the bonfire, leaving too late as far as he's concerned, and Cherished gets himself a triple kill.
When you talk about causing upsets and crushing dreams, it was something that Envor did. Bucket season 2. We saw him take down some of the European rosters and became a bit of a European giant killer, didn't he? And I think Envor made a name for himself for sure, and this roster would like to try and reach the dizzy heights of, well, top 8, to be up there, but at the moment it's trying to survive these pools, trying to make sure you don't just get out of open bracket and finish in top 16. But alas, we haven't seen that quite a lot with the open bracket providing teams lifting out. There's always going to be the opportunity for Carolina Gaming. Maybe Pure is the harder matchup. You've got ITV, of course, that they're going to face up against as well. We have seen, as Torlik puts in the third flag, teams take down squads like ITV before. So maybe that's something Carolina Gaming can look forward to, but Pure will take the first game here, 3-1.
So game, set, and match. And it's interesting we talk about the boys on Carolina Gaming. Some of those players have been top 12, top 8 before, and they're desperately trying to get back there, and the opportunities that they're looking for haven't come perhaps as quickly as they would have liked, but they're being made to work through it the hard way. Taking a look at the stats then, we've seen flag captures, of course, score finishing 3-1, but maybe if we can get some slays on the board, we can see exactly what's going on. And there we have it, last shot with the performance, 14 kills, 6 deaths, and the 5 assists, so he's leading the lobby and by quite some amount.
Well, that's game 1 done and dusted. We'll go for a quick break, and we'll see you for the next one.
Slayer.
Carolina Gaming down by 1.
Push it.
Triple kill from come on. A little bit of early morning excitement of not had any breakfast, but an overkill would suffice.
It does fill the stomach, doesn't it? A nice overkill. A triple is a little appetizer. It's like a croissant. You need some protein.
Something dense, yeah.
You need some protein. An overkill is a bit of protein for the morning. But understand why he didn't push it. Of course, we're only joking. Right in the back. Says it's a ninja. By the way, I don't agree with that. I don't think that was a ninja.
No.
But the game doesn't know any different, right? It can't pick and tell, pick and choose when a camouflage exists.
Only the game can pick and tell. Cherished with the camouflage. No shield, easy pickings. Didn't even have to land the headshots, such was the damage already put down onto Common. Last shot's down to no shields as well, popping to teammate there. For Pure, this is business as usual, 11 to 3. So the upset was going to happen in Slayer, but unfortunately, Carolina Gaming have not started this one all too hot.
Well, one thing we did learn from Pure already this tournament was that it doesn't really matter how many kills you're behind in a Slayer, you can still come back into it. Pure, 15 kills down against Optic Gaming yesterday, and they were able to come back and still win. It's like 17 stupid. But I'm excited to see where Pure go in this tournament. I mean, the expectation for me is a Pure victory in this series, and which would take Pure through into the winning bracket, where they could play up against like probably FaZe actually. It might be a team like FaZe they end up going against the bracket, which would be a very difficult then dropping into the elimination bracket. I think that's when their journey would truly begin, because I think teams like Sentinels, Complexity, Quadrant should be scared of Pure. I think there is definitely upsets on the cards there.
Anybody, I mean, fell foul of the Pure boys, so even FaZe, they might not be looking past them all too quickly. Their playstyle, they can be a problem for absolutely anyone. It could be a problem right now for the Carolina Gaming boys. He is eventually shut down, but the double kill was locked in, and Mortley currently sitting at 1-5-7 above. That sheet not too happy with himself, but sometimes players can go like that. You have to be a little bit more patient and maybe need to just slow things down for now and get a little bit closer to his teammates. But Crook climbs up towards down to shield. Mortley will answer back with that kill. Unfortunately for him, he's the last man standing, and last shot knows exactly where he's positioned. Puts him off the pass. Down to no shield as well. So much pure play at that so
Enemy halfway.
Yes!
Sounded like Simpsons again. Good shots there from Envoy to shut down Last Shot, who at the moment has 12 kills. I don't think we got to see Last Shot at his very best yesterday. There was certainly moments of promise, but I'm excited to see how he does for the rest of the tournament. I think a series like this will really put some momentum back on the side of Pure. I do think that they threw away the series against Optic Gaming a little bit. I think it was definitely there for the taking, and it will be a big lesson for them to learn going forward. But we mentioned it yesterday on the A stream, is you kind of need those games sometimes to teach you those lessons so that you can progress properly as a team. Now, not progressing, and Carolina Gaming are getting back into it slightly as I say that. Within 5 means this is still doable. It's not out of the reach for Carolina Gaming.
5 definitely reasonable deficit that you can look to go back from. The camouflage, Mortley gets an important pick. That could mean that both shields go down for both players. Last shot was there to apply the finishing touches, but now here's an opportunity for Unvor to really make inroads into that deficit. Lost that player in life, so we've seen his melee. He's in big trouble, he goes down, and there are words that can describe what we've just seen, Dan, but I'm just not sure I want to say them.
That's one of those where you just hope the observer wasn't on your POV.
And
then
you
you can tell the team like, I beat him down. Oh, I hit the shots. I was able to get it. And then it just, sadly, the truth be told, it was just a whiff and a whiff. And now the chance of Carolina Gaming getting back into this one is starting to really disappear away from them. I think that was the opportunity. The camouflage could have been the moment, but Drak shutting him down and now goes on to get a double kill, 39-28. And Pure looking to close in on 2-0.
Enemy team nearing victory.
Looks like it's the world gold spawning. Jackson fighting it a lot. Does eventually get the kill as well. So 3 go down. Perhaps Pure guilty of not minding their P's and Q's and just running into the with Carolina Gaming. 10 kills now, no difference. Carolina Gaming have in the tank. Do they have a playbook? Is it deep enough to back to this?
I think the answer is probably no. I just think it's a little bit too much of a gap now, and with the way Pure have been playing and pushing together successfully, they've been making sure they shut down any sort of flank that's going to happen to Carolina Gaming. because it would need to be an incredible game from this point for Carolina to get the board to take any deaths. And I think that the fact that Pure are this far ahead, you can just play a little bit reckless. Next camouflage is going to come up as well. If it doesn't go into the hands of Carolina Gaming, this for sure is done.
I want to highlight one player on the side of Pure, and that's going to be the last shot. We spoke about him briefly as the game was in its early innings, but 20 kills, 10 deaths. Not finished just yet, is he? He is taken down. Excuse me, that was Druck. Got a little bit excited from yourself. But 20 kills. The last shot. For Carolina Gaming, he's been a little bit of a reaper, just gifting out death left, right, and center.
Is that in reference to a Carolina Reaper? Or if you accidentally
stumbled upon a worldie.
Wow.
I'll be honest.
2 more kills required for Pure. There's a small chance of hope here for Carolina Gaming as they're able to get 40 on the board. They'd have to get 2 wipes of the entire squad with no answer back, really, if they can get back into this one. You can see the game slowed down a little bit, but now Druck, he smells blood. They're all in pipes at the moment. Envoy will jump out to challenge, so now he's going to be vulnerable. Yeah, the call-out should be coming from Pure of where those one-shots are, but they are struggling to find them, but now they start to find them.
5 minutes remaining.
Add another kill to his tally. It's a matter of time now, if not when, and it is found in a trade for Envor. It's not going to be good enough. 50-43 the score, and Pure do double their series advantage now, 1 away from the clean sweep.
I think that was evident just from the early stages in that game that Pure were in control and they seemed comfortable and they were winning the majority of their 1v1s. And now they are very close, as you say, to securing a spot in the top 2 of this pool or waiting to see what happens elsewhere. An impressive 21 kills from last shot. But you know what that means. It's break time, everybody. We'll be back for game 3.
ball. Round 1. Ball incoming.
Game 3.
Welcome back,
underway.
everyone.
Whoa!
Dan Gaskin and Jersey 1 here. I said I was going to let him do the open, but then I lied. Welcome back. It's game 3. Looking forward to it. You're, at the moment, look the dominant force here, Jersey.
Yep, sneaky Englishman caught me off guard. Cherish is all the way over in the cafe. He's dead now.
Definitely not, especially not in a game where being alive helps. But it's an early lead for Pure. But at the moment, the all 4 dead temporarily. Cherish is going to be the first one up, but a chance for some ball time now for Carolina Gaming. If we're going to see Carolina get back into this series, I feel like it has to be a very one-sided affair here in this ball. If you give any sort of chance to Pure to get control, boy, are they going to take it.
Morley with the ball and the stalker rifle. You know he definitely wants to hand this ball over because he's 1 kill away from a killing spree. And 3 members on Carolina Gaming yet to die. It's Common who has registered himself 2 deaths, making 3. Very good at dying right now. But the rest of the team rotating well, getting kills elsewhere on the map, and damage that Common and his teammates are able to capitalize on. But now, Carolina Gaming do go 3 dead. Just like that, all 3 players who hadn't registered a death now have.
Enemy has the ball.
And for Pure, it's just about getting the ball now and getting their setups. And do Carolina Gaming have enough to break them?
Good ball handling from Morley there, though. He said he was close to a killing spree and he was going to be wanting to drop the balls to try and get some slays. But I think it was important just to not allow Pure to have the ball in a comfortable position over towards tower. Alas, Pure have still gained the ball, or they did, but Mortley's back for a little bit more action here. So rifle in hand, and the ball now back in his control.
Episode 2, Mortley strikes back. We'll see what we can do with it. Eyes trained on the camouflage. Wants to get to it. Unfortunately for him, he does fall over towards the garbage, towards the C area. Ball now in the hands of last shot. Camouflage has been scooped up, but was it burned by Jackson? Of Pure have it in their chest, and there it is. Cherished has it with the Bulldog as well, and that can be a deadly combination in the right hands, and Cherished most certainly is. The right hands. Bulldog gets 1. Continues pushing forward. He has all the information in the world that he needs here. All 3 players in his crosshairs. That means the ball carrier knows.
He's a handsome chap as well, isn't he, Cherished? I asked us on the desk yesterday, what does Cherish bring being added to this team? And I said, chemistry, good vibes, but also dashing good looks. I think sometimes you need that on a team, right? You need someone to be the forefront, the poster boy, as it were. The marketing asset for the squad. And I feel like that's what Cherish really can be if you're here with him forward. But he's also very good at the video.
Very good at being very good at infinite games. The accent in the arcade. Glimpse of structure. Unfortunately for him, Cherish challenged him at the worst possible time. 3 dead for Carolina Gaming. Ball in the hand of Tonic once more. And that lead is now slowly and gradually building. Carolina Gaming spawning all the way over at Cafe. So they have a very long rotate before they can make this player drop the ball. Jackson has got the opening. Cherish ball. Good for him. Nor is it good for Pure, but the help the stock rifle keeps him to the odds. Mortley gets 1 more. So the ball's down. So at least for Carolina Gaming, Pure are not still scoring points right now. But unfortunately, 75 points to 38 is the score. So Carolina Gaming has got to get their act together.
I feel like getting de-scoped on the stalker rifle happens to me all the time, and it's so frustrating because it really does throw off your head. But thankfully he had teammates to help him out. It's a good lead though for Pure. And you do have to compare it. I know that there's different map modes that happen, but Pure versus ITB. ITB did take a map off of Pure, which tells us that, you know, there was at least some games that were close. For Carolina Gaming, if they were to get 3-0'd by Pure going into that series against ITB, ITB still are the favourites just from having a closer series against Pure indeed. But we've seen it far too many times, I think, with ITB losing 2 squads like Carolina Gaming. I think Carolina Gaming need to be prepared for that to potentially happen as the seconds are about to tick through, and round 1 is going to go in favor of Pure, as they are now just one ball round away from taking this series and all but securing their spot in the winners bracket here. Championship
Ball
weekend.
incoming.
Thanks, Dan.
I was going to say Championship Sunday. I was like,
You aborted that real quick.
we're not a Championship Sunday yet.
We are not. We're very early in the morning
Ball
on
drop.
Championship Saturday, let's call it.
I mean, technically.
Dan has not had his coffee yet, so please do forgive him. He is not caffeinated. And Mortley and Common are trying to combine to cause a little bit of damage on the map, and they've done so successfully as a main lane gets the kill on the truck. Camouflage now popped up, flash shot gets close to it. Gets into his chest but gets cut down. This is good from Carolina Gaming. Can they now start to turn that into points on the board? On board, forward. Join up, but Sonic falls now. This scrappy to start of this. Camouflage no longer a factor on the map. 2 dead at home for the team. Third is isolated in the cafe. Ball is down for the team. I would just like someone to take a bit of responsibility, grab that ball. It's point Carolina Gaming need,
Ball reset.
because the kills have not come their way too quickly and too often. Mortley currently sitting 15, 3, and 7. And you wonder, he's so positive, Dan. What are you laughing at, Dan? I need to know. I need to know what you're laughing at now, Dan.
I'm still laughing.
Enemy has
Yes!
ball drop.
I can't help it. I don't know why it's so funny, but
It's like Yahtzee, but
Enemy has
it's
the
just
ball.
slightly different.
the faster you say it, the better it is.
Enemy has the ball.
Sorry, everybody. 15 kills again for last shot. I will say, mortally on the side of Carolina Gaming has been the one to step up, really try and pull them back into this series. We always say, like, one player needs to try and, like, take the game by the ball, as it were, and show what they're made of to try and get them back into it. And it has been Mortally as that standout player, but on the flip side, last shot is kind of also demonstrating that he's going to be a big influence in this game as well.
Jackson. Bulldog. He has the Bulldog in his hand to play with as well. A couple of barks, gets the kill. The camouflage is down bottom middle. Talik all too aware of it as well. The information was passed on to the truck. It's not being burned. They're going to use that as a little bit of bait, but Talik is forced just to lose sight of it. Morty going to take that opportunity to scoop it up. Can he survive? The answer is yes. So this is
Enemy has the
some
ball.
warning signs for Pure as the ball gets scooped up and carried away. They have got to move, push forward, and break the setup of Carolina Gaming.
I think it's just important that there's no complacency here from Pure. I think they feel like they are comfortably ahead of this game, but this entire series. The teamwork is definitely on point. They're winning their individual battles. They are the better team. That's evident. But sometimes when that does happen, especially in a mapping mode like this, you forget the objective a little bit, get lost in the moment, you just start going for kills. You need to just stay focused here, because if you do give ticket to Carolina Gaming here, they will take it. And with the players that are on this roster, there's always that opportunity of a reverse sweep. So you don't really want to give them that chance.
Ball drop.
Common is scoring, on board getting killed. As long as that happens, more points than they should have. Whatever pop, expertly maneuvering hitbox, not taking as much damage as possibly he could have had it not been there. 40 down to no shields. Last shot does get the
Enemy
final
has
blow.
the ball. Ball
Now,
drop.
Pure have the ball and they're interested in rotating it all the way over towards the shot side. No doubt they're aiming to get back to Tram. Kills have come in their favour as well. The opening pick, Common will answer back on the last shot. Tolik's taught the better of it to come back to tower. And this is the place that I prefer to be when I have the ball down. You always have the option just to toss it out down the bottom middle.
It was good ball movement from Toluk as well. I think it's something that's underestimated and not talked about enough, of how good people are with the ball. Just being able to survive and having the bravery of being able to take that ball and go for that jump around the corner. Because if you do die when you cross, that could be your chance of holding the ball over, because the team are going to get overrun, they're going to get overwhelmed because they're going to be the extra player. And there are some players who just won't be brave enough to grab that ball. Toluk just gained them about 30 seconds of ball time by just saying, look, I can pick this up, I think I can survive. And now they are once again in the lead here. Too many times have I seen players just be like, well, I think I'll die if I pick it up. And that hesitation can cost you seconds.
Good news for Carolina Gaming. Not only do they have the ball, Camouflage and the Bulldog found its way towards Common, who was using it expertly, and Morty's teammates have now started to pick it up. And in terms of slaves. They're a lot closer to winning than they were before.
Enemy has the ball. Ball
That's
dropped.
now starting to pay dividends.
Enemy has
The
the ball.
scoreline gets much closer as well. Within 3 seconds. Down by
Enemy
1
has
round,
the ball.
Carolina Gaming have a
Ball
lot of
dropped.
work to do. Also down
Enemy
2
has
in
the
the
ball.
series, so it's going to be a mammoth effort to
Enemy
get
has
themselves back
waited
into this thing. But there are signs there, encouraging ones that they can do it.
I think I remember SSG being down 2-0 and down around an oddball and coming back
Ball
and winning
dropped.
3-2 in the
Enemy
series.
has
But
the ball.
I'm not necessarily comparing SSG to Carolina Gaming, but it does show that it is possible. However, now Pure back in control with the ball. It's Tolik again showing his expertise of rotations and moving it and manipulating the map in the way to get as much ball time as possible while staying alive. Not only that, picks up a kill and trades. It's so important to get that kill, to get that trade when you are the last alive, because then it gives your teammates a better chance of taking the fight when they
And it is something that you notice the top echelon players do a lot more as well, especially the players who are more often carrying the ball. They're not afraid to take a couple of ticks of damage to alleviate some pressure off their teammates. Take a couple of shots, you deal a little bit of damage just to ensure that your teammates have an easier task, because of course you're getting pushed. You're the ball carrier, your team are essentially fighting 4v3, so any help that you can give them most definitely help. Charity on pink down to the Bulldog waiting for him up the pink street. He gets cut away. 2 dead now. Carolina Gaming opting to try and play the ball. He's going to die on boards and tires, and he's trying to delay any scoring opportunity that Pure might have.
Sadly for him, Cherish has been able to pick up that ball and will continue to score. With Onville going down, it means it's a 3 versus 3 on the map. The grenade onto Tolik means Cherish had to drop that ball, had to take the fight, and it works out alongside last shot. They win the engagement over towards pink, and they'll get ball control here. Also worth noting the clock, 48 seconds left. So if we do see a couple of deaths coming in when that ball drops to the ground, there is going to be less and less time now for Carolina Gaming to get back into this one.
Ball dropped.
Cherish in the
Enemy has
cafe
the ball.
just
Ball
escorting
dropped. Enemy has
player,
the
ball carrier all the way back towards Tram. He's going to be the first point of contact. If any danger is going to come his way. Common will clamber behind the ball, trying to pinch, trying to have an influence. Unfortunately for him, stick grenade to his face as well. So 3 go down for Carolina Gaming, and that is possibly curtains of the series now.
Yeah, this might be it. Mortally is still alive. Well, was still alive, so now it's just going to be Common. 10 seconds required here, and Carolina Gaming is spawning quite far away.
Tolik's going to continue to hold the ball. Not even going to have any pressure applied. Pure will get the clean sweep and a clean oddball victory as well. 2 rounds to 0. Absolutely dominant, and Pure maintaining the performance levels that they had yesterday.
So for Carolina Gaming, their attention will turn to the likes of Optic, the likes of ITB, to try and find a victory to get out of pool play here. But for Pure, their success from yesterday does carry on, and it looks like we will be seeing them in the winners bracket most likely when it comes to today's competition.
Well, that's all we've got time for now, but stay tuned, stay locked, as there's another series coming very, very shortly. We'll see you then.
strongholds.
Good morning from Atlanta. We're into pool play once again. We have Carolina Gaming coming from the open bracket against Optic Gaming. It's Clutch here, joined by Dave Walsh, and Interference Stronghold's the name of the game for game one in this series. Hopping on board with Formal to kick this one off. He's made his way top white. He's actually going to try to push Mortally, get that first kill. And Optic Gaming already getting the better of Carolina Gaming here off the opening break.
Yeah, and we did see that they got more kills, but we did see Strongholds in favor of Carolina, so at least got some points on the board off the rip. But this one can be very snowbally, especially when you see Overshield in the hands of Dead Zone.
Yeah, you're seeing Optic Gaming basically complete map control. They haven't pushed the trip cap yet, but you can almost guarantee the Dead Zone with that Overshield. As you can see him from Formal's point of view, ahead of the team right now, creating some space. And here come Optic Gaming. The Swarm's coming in, 2 go down for Carolina. Make it 3 go down. They're going to flip the map. So Carolina will spawn bunker, but immediately Optic Gaming jumping into C will be able to continue control of B and C as well.
Reasonable trades there by Carolina Gaming, though. I believe I saw Envor making a Herculean, taking out Dead Zone with a sticky grenade, trying to buy some time over at that C stronghold. But the damage has been done. Spawn over in bunker. How is Carolina Gaming going to break out there? And they're making the push over into Hall.
Yeah, they got a few kills to work with here, and that's big. Coming off that spawn, they immediately hit that barrel side of the map. They were able to find a couple of kills, and now it looks like they're going to be able to at least get A and C. This B stronghold, however, still being held down by Formal as he gets taken down by Yaxon here. That big kill can allow Carolina to continue map control. You can see they flipped the map now. Optic spawning in bunker, a killing spree for Yaxon, and he's a young player on the scene that's been grinding matchmaking. This is his first, probably biggest opportunity to team with players that have been around the scene for a while. On board, Mortally, Common, Yaxon proving that the young gun has some skill to him as he's on a killing spree right now against Optic Gaming, and now Carolina are actually in control of BNC and continuing to score.
Yeah, I feel like, too, when I think of a lot of these names in Carolina Gaming, like Mortally, Envor, Common, like, I don't foresee them just giving an opportunity to anyone. You either need to have been proven in a big name already, or you've had to prove it with your skill, and so they must have clearly been impressed. And pulling off a killing spree against Optic Gaming is doing some work here for this Carolina Gaming squad.
Yeah, still a lot of work to be done because right now the trip cap in effect for Optic Gaming ever since that killing spree has been all Optic Gaming in the kill feed. And now with this trip cap in hand, Dave, you noted how snowbally this map can get. How long can Optic Gaming keep this triple kills? A couple down now for Optic Gaming, so a good job by Carolina to get a few kills. They are going to be able to transfer over B, but this AC hold still for Optic is going to be strong. Respawners are going to be able to defend some of these. Lucid under a lot of pressure here bottom of the tower. Has a guy jumping up top window. It's Jackson. Gets into no shield, but Lucid jiggles his life, gets his shield back, and that is a perfect play from Lucid to continue A control at the very least. And now Optic are jumping in B as well.
One thing I also really like about that jiggle there from Lucid is, yes, at any moment he could have committed, jumped out, and committed to the fight.
That's what I would have
done.
done.
But for the most part, he's just buying time and attention. He's just ever so slightly showing his leg, just shooting some shots, making sure Yaxon's sight does not look at his teammate until his teammate gets the kill, and then he reveals himself.
Yeah, he's keeping the information and also the attention of players as he's playing his life in order to buy time for the team to get there, find that easy kill. And because of that, he creates so much space for his team. Overshield's going to be coming up in 20 seconds. Optic now over 100 points. An AC hold for them as well. They get a couple of kills. They're going to be able to push this trip cap once again. And this is where the game could get ugly. 3 go down for Carolina Gaming. The 4th player is going to be Mortally back.
Wow.
Carbine and Dead Zone makes slight work of him. With Overshield coming up, Carolina have a lot of work to do if they want to be able to defend this.
Yeah, I love that finishing headshot there from Dead Zone, just on top of that platform. I've gotten in that fight many a time, knowing where that head space is going to be when somebody's jumping, and there's going to be a second Overshield. Perfect kill, a killing spree. Why not make it a triple kill for Dead Zone, doing everything?
Oh,
Overkill.
Wow. Kicking his Saturday off the right way. Dead Zone finds himself an over. 13, 5, and 4 to kick this one off. And I mean, he's still going to work. And look at the score, Dave. Up over 100 points now.
Also, I just had to look over the bottom right. He only had 10 volts of damage. So how often do you think you have to deliberately go out of your way to pick up bandit ammo, not just accidentally even running over it across someone's body.
Yeah, he hadn't walked over an enemy's body throughout that spree. He's starting to heat up for Optic Gaming, a player that they need to have a strong Saturday if they want to go through the winner's bracket. And you know everybody wants that advantage in the grand finals. Optic having been there twice now, but not having that advantage has really hurt them throughout this season. So they know how important this Saturday is going to be for them. Dead Zone leading by example right now. BNC in control of Optic still, 153 points to their name, and Common can't quite transfer over B before he gets bombarded with nades. And now look at the rest. Cannon fodder Carolina Gaming right now. Optic have put them in the trap once again.
Yeah, fish in a barrel down there. You can just see when it comes to individual skill-wise, you do see a lot of moments and top plays there from these members of Carolina Gaming. When it comes to overall macro play and team positioning, you just notice that 2 players there at Engine 1, you can't really do much there. It's okay to have that second person go down, but they didn't really have any options. Lucid was up in bunker. You had Dead Zone or Trippy over in connector. There's just not many great spots you can go.
And when you make a mistake like that, Optic will punish you with the best of them. Carolina have not been able to get off their spawn since, and now the lead up 200 points just about to 39. Carolina scrapping into A, able to at least get out of this trip tap situation. But this game nearly over. 3 down again for Carolina. The spawns continue to just get collapsed on over and over. Optic Gaming continuing to swarm. And Dead Zone was a clear lead in the Slayers just a minute ago, and the rest of Optic Gaming look like they've caught up with Dead Zone. Formal up to 14, Trippy and Lucid back to 12. Everyone's starting to heat up.
And look at this, Jackson just over at the bunker stairs and drawing 2 players still over there. Shows how much control that Optic have across the map, but Jackson's still playing that right, because generally if you're drawing so many players over in this corner of the map, it should relieve some pressure across the map for teammates to get out, but it's too little too late. 249, and that's going to be 250 on the board for Optic Gaming. A dominating game 1 to kick off their Saturday.
Yeah, you mentioned it. That game type can get snowballing. When Optic got full control there about at the midpoint, they never looked back. They never relinquished that control, and they put Carolina Gaming in a trap there in game 1. And 250 to 39, that's a tough scoreline if you're Carolina Gaming, but you kind of know that that's going to happen going against a team like Optic Gaming. If you make any mistakes, even the smallest, Optic will make you pay for it, and they made Carolina pay. The slays heavily on the side of Optic, and everybody getting some of theirs. And I mean, we saw the amazing overkill from Dead Zone, but it really is the entire team that seemed to find their flow there in the mid game. Yeah,
just so well done there from Optic. The last stat I would love to check too is if we can see Dead Zone's damage, because I just felt like he was doing so many shots across the map, and there
Checks
it is.
out.
Yep, most damage in the game. And like I said, when you see somebody run out of bandit ammo in one life,
they probably did some damage.
You know they did a lot of shots and a lot of damage.
Another note is he had so much damage taken as well. He had a few of those overshields in his back pocket that allows him to take a little bit more damage, but you can just tell how involved Dead Zone is. He's writing the blueprint on how to play interference strongholds, and Dead Zone showed everybody a little bit of the glimpse that he can reach
Slayer.
Game 2 back in the action. Optic Gaming taking game 1 in dominant form. Dead Zone gave us an overkill, and Dead Zone starting to pick up where he left off here. Finds himself a double. Beautiful route by him. He finds himself a red gun, a repulse, and he even gets in a position here where when camo comes up in 10 seconds, he should have a good angle. But if you look at Optic Gaming's scoreboard here, they go 3 down, and right now Dead Zone trying to create some space to maybe help compete with this camouflage that's coming up.
It's so active across the map. The very first thing I really liked there from Dead Zone as he was pushing across B Street is the moment he saw that nade just explode a little bit in front of him, he sprinted through. He knows that those are windows of opportunity to pick somebody off. Because when players throw a grenade in an area, you are looking away from that spot, knowing that that spot is safe for a certain amount of time. And that way when Dead Zone popped out of there immediately after that grenade, most people can't time that as perfectly. And so you almost start to build this second instinct within Halo that you start seeing things. It's like, well, I wasn't expecting to make this charge or this push right now, but this opportunity came right in front of me, and I'm taking it. Absolutely,
and he's already done 1 lap around the map. He's actually playing perfect Halo right now. 4-0-0, giving Optic the difference here in the scoreboard. 11-6. They find themselves with the lead, but what can Dead Zone do with this red gun still in hand? Got the Bulldog in his back pocket, everything in Dead Zone's disposal. Unfortunately, the combat is going across the map, but he's going to repulse up the stairs. He's going to get involved here, as a lot of Carolina Gaming is in front of him right now. All of Optic go down in that situation, 13-8, so this game not getting out of hand just yet, but Dead Zone's still a problem on the map. A killing spree for Dead Zone as he finds the first pick in the tires here. A player does come out of PD unsuspectingly. He's able to pick up 1 kill. Lucid, no shield here, but Lucid's got teammates in Trippy to keep him alive. Now Lucid back in the action, dealing damage into the courtyard right there. Optic are trying to contain Carolina here back tower, and if they get their shield back, they're going to look to push, but Formal and Trippy have been able to get this camouflage. So Trippy is actually going to be flanking with the second camo, and unfortunately for Carolina, they were in such a position there, Dave, where they weren't able to even compete for the camo, and now this is where the game can get out of hand.
Yeah, and one thing that's interesting to me is I generally view Optic as kind of that slower team. Like when you think of the big 3, they're the ones that are slightly slower paced compared to FaZe and SSG. But I'm seeing some fast-paced action here from Optic, and I can't tell if that is due to them just having more control or if we're just seeing a slightly different play style here coming out of Optic.
Yeah, I think it's a different play style. I think that's an important thing to note. It's almost a little like they don't respect Carolina Gaming the same level that they would respect FaZe or SSG, and I mean honestly rightfully so. They know exactly kind of where they stand on the totem pole compared to Carolina, so I think they're kind of brute forcing their way through this series. 25-15 now, a 10-kill lead, and I don't think Optic Gaming are going to show the intensity that some of the top matches will show later on today that they find themselves in, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're not playing as tight as they normally would. You don't want to fall into the spell of this becomes your normal play style if you're Optic Gaming.
Yeah, you're right, and there's that delicate balance. On one hand, you don't want to build up bad habits and play in a way that you're not going to in later series. Same time, you don't want to exhaust yourself. You got a long Saturday ahead of yourself. Do you really want to be playing a 12-minute Slayer game number 2 to start off your Saturday?
Yeah, in series like this, I think you go in just trying to get your shot warm, trying to overwhelm the other team. Just feel confident going into the winner's bracket. We know that's where Optic will be if they keep this up. Having a phenomenal day yesterday, going 2-0 in the pools, looking to go 3-0 in the pools and close this series out here in 3 games. Game 2 is looking great for them, up 11, make it 12 now.
Carolina get back into this. They're going to need to get this camo. We do see 3 fall for Optic, so the very first time I would almost say in this entire series thus far. Carolina should have some real control. They have some real weapons. Did they secure that camo? I would hope to see that in a moment, but I do see Mortally got picked off by a grenade, and sometimes when that camo time's coming up, you know grenades are flying over near ATMs. So that could have been Mortally with a camo getting picked off. I'm not certain, though.
Yeah, if they did get camo, everyone on their team has gone down since. So that camo is negated, that power curve, not an opportunity for Carolina to try and get back into this. They had the red gun and the shotgun. Common wasn't really able to manifest too much with it. I believe he just traded with Trippy. And that you you need to find more success when you have control of power weapons, especially on a map like Streets, especially when you find yourself down 10 kills. Nothing it feels like Carolina can do right now to make up that difference. They do pick up a kill first, and this pressure on the dead zone is going to be heavy. He should be going down here shortly, but he's going to actually play this near corner in the courtyard as the rest of Optic Gaming look over him. Dead zone's actually still alive and a problem on the map, and now he returns back. Can't quite get the kill on Immortally. Good job on Immortally to patiently play that situation, let dead zone come to him, but now look at this situation. They find themselves all trapped in PD. Optic getting all the kills, Lucid even finding a way to win that fight at 13-7-7. Lucid is starting to pick it up as well.
Yeah, the biggest difference you see at this, as you go through the different stages of these top teams and top pros, is how much opportunity time they're buying for their teammates. You saw Dead Zone right there. Dead Zone sure could have maybe challenged that fight and had a 10% chance of potentially turning that fight and winning that in PD. Instead buys the full 10 seconds, keeping that player's attention over there in PD, and ends up coming around about 15 seconds later to help finish off that fight in PD.
I think that's such a good point because I think that's what high-level Halo Infinite has become. How much time can you buy respawners the ability to impact this combat loop? And if you cannot find, if you are a quick death or you get averaged in this gap, what we call it, then all of a sudden their focus is now on your teammates that are trying to get to you. And if that timing becomes off, that timing can become ugly and you can go multiple players down instead of just losing one. But as I say that, the game, it's already over, 50-37. Once again, everybody on Optic getting their piece, 14, 13, 11, 12. Those are perfect stats in the Slayer that you see from their team. That means everybody got a piece of the pie there as Optic once again closed this game 2 out. No sweat really, and they look just as dominant as we would assume them to here as they kick their Saturday off.
Yeah, no fear of Optic losing that game too. It felt like anytime they started to get a lead, they would extend their lead a little further. It felt like anytime we did see Carolina get control, which was once or twice, they just didn't really, they weren't able to
push
accumulate anything from it. Yeah, they were able to, claw back a couple kills, but after that kind of got back in a neutral scenario, and then Optic were winning a lot of those neutral exchanges. So well done by Carolina Gaming, but Optic, they're one of the big three for a reason.
If you're talking about bright sides, you got to talk about Common and Yaxon there in that game too. They both actually go +1. It was Onboard Immortally that kind of suffered in the stats department, but still doesn't feel good, but still seeing a little bit of promise out of Yaxon, somebody that we haven't had a widespread of gameplay to kind of judge and base where he is as a player, but obviously he's doing a little bit better than I guess some core members of this team that we've seen play at a decently high level. So Envoy and Mortally, not to call them out, as it's definitely team versus team, just strengths on the side of Optic.
Yeah, there needs to be some bodies that are going first through, especially on streets as you're breaking out PD or out tram.
Yeah.
And that's definitely how it's going to go. It's going to skew towards different players on your team, stats being inflated or deflated. But like you said, if this is one of those first series in a main tournament against someone like Optic to still pull a positive stat, that's got to feel good.
A little something to walk away with. We're going to walk away, wait for Game 3 to get kicked off, but we'll be right back with that Game 3. And Optic Gaming up 2-0 now against Carolina Gaming.
Capture the flag.
We're back and into action. It's game 3. Optic Gaming up 2-0, looking to put Carolina Gaming to bed here in the pool play still, trying to advance 3-0 in the pool. And this is a map that I think has the potential to last the longest of any of the 3 map mode combinations we've seen. Empyrean CTF sometimes can go the distance, but Optic Gaming are truly one of the most efficient teams we have in Empyrean CTF. This is one of their strongest map mode combinations. So I'm expecting to see some early action, at least towards the flag. Right now, we're going to hop on board with Lucid. He's got the S7 top tower. And if Lucid can find an opportunity to break open this map, it looks like Optic Gaming will get a flag on the run. He might not have to do too much as multiple players are running in the 4-yard on.
Yeah, just like that. Great pressure there, but Sniper going down in Sword's going to be a little problematic here for Formal. You notice he's going to stop at the very end, but Mortally has something to say about it. That's going to be 3 down for Carolina. I think Envor, the only one left that has a chance to stop the flag, and that's not happening. He's too far back there. That flag can continue moving. There's going to be first cap in for Optic Gaming within the first minute and 15 seconds.
Said they were efficient. They proved me right there. That was a phenomenal job. Mortally hits that first shot on the flag carrier. He's able to stop that flag, but unfortunately, a little bit of an overchow for that second kill, and because he kind of forces himself to either hit the no-scope or go down, that was the cap entirely. Since then, though, that cap gets punched in. 3 go down for Carolina. Again, Envor on the flank, still with the snipe, able to take down Trippy. But if Envor goes down, this flag will go on the move. 3 players spawning in the courtyard, dead zone with a bit of a I'm going to slay mentality here as he drops that flag. He looks to get some kills, and doesn't look like Optic have any too much priority on getting this flag moved. They're going to have to get another kill onto Onboard to try and run this one. Onboard now trying to push on the dead zone, but dead zone has been a problem for Carolina Gaming this entire series, and that kill should continue this flag on the move as they can get this last kill in the Mauler. As Formal has his eyes set on the prize, Jackson under a lot of pressure with Trippy and Formal now still in control, and Trippy's got that flag in hand as well.
A full setup here where you just have top tower, 2 people over at Needler. There's really not much they can do. Common and Envor pushing on through, but Optic, they know how to react to this. Looks like Formal can get that first pick. Envor also going down. Jackson, one of the only ones that's going to really be able to stop here, and Formal's going to run that flag.
Good nade.
Nice grenade by Jackson.
Good grenade, but it's not enough. Still 2 down on the side of Carolina. Rockets were coming up, and I believe Optic Gaming were able to get a player into the green. It was Lucid who's able to put those rockets to use already. Envor gets taken down. Looks like Trippy's still top their tower. Optic Gaming playing just about a perfect textbook Empyrean CTF.
Yeah, and just slays are just getting out of hand. It's 25-12 in favor of Optic. And you got to consider when a team is running those flags, how many times you have to take deaths on those way back, or those times that you just have to take deaths as you are making a move on the objective. So we're seeing a unorthodox run here, especially when someone's over at Sword, but looks like Sword run is the play here. For dead zone and Optic. Envor getting a stop, but can it be enough? Every single player, no matter where they're spawning, whether it's Court, whether it's Mauler, they're just receiving so much pressure.
Optic with every lane covered, all 4 down, the 3rd flag in their base, and it is a perfect Empyrean CTF performance by them, not even having to break 10 kills or any of the members, and that is how Optic wanted to kick off their Saturday.
I mean, we've seen 2 of the fastest Empyrean CTFs we've really seen in pool player of the circuit so far today and yesterday.
Yeah, you could tell, I mean, the maps, obviously, the meta's been figured out on that map. It's been out for a long time, even in Infinite, a lot of practice on it, and you can tell how good the best in the world are at perfecting their craft. They can, and they have so many versatile options when running that flag. How many times did we see them drop it and hit the player's cuts and respawn, knowing if they get these kills, they can continue the flag on the move. They'll just have to worry about that one guy in the Mauler, or with the flag run cuts, if they kill that one guy's Sword, this flag gets under bridge and it's already home as well.
Yeah, that was just picture perfect there by Optic. Closing out the series in a commanding 3-0. I mean, in-game time was, well, I don't know, a total of 15 minutes-ish or so.
Yeah, it felt like
very, very quick there. saving their energy for the rest of the day. And then Carolina Gaming, they got one more series to try to keep their tournament life alive.
Fortunately, they won't have to play a team like Optic Gaming. Optic, obviously, the 1 seed in their pool. This was always going to be the beatdown that it was. I think Carolina Gaming now know what it's like to play some of the best in the world on LAN on the stage.
Yeah, and now Carolina Gaming, they're just going to have to keep their heads high because they have their best chance coming up next against Into the Breach.
Okay.
That is going to be the series that they need to win so that they can keep this tournament alive. But one thing that can happen is it can get demoralizing if you're losing a series to Pure, if you're losing a series to Optic here, and just not having things go in your favor. So sometimes you might play not the same way you would before. Maybe you're challenging too much. Maybe you're hiding too much. So we're going to have to see if they can just reset real quick, go in their next set, and take on Into the Breach.
I believe that will be the next match here on the B station, so stay tuned if you're interested in seeing Carolina versus Into the Breach. Optic Gaming will advance first in their pool with this 3-0, and we will look forward to seeing hopefully this version of Optic in the winner's bracket later today.
king of the hill. Hill incoming.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here. It's HCS Atlanta. It's a major. It's hosted by FaZe Clan. Everything that you want here on a beautiful Saturday, and that includes Carolina Gaming going up against Into the Breach.
Tony, I'm a little bit biased about this matchup. I will admit it. Of course, Wootum, the mouse and keyboard player. First mouse and keyboard player I get to cast this weekend. So love to see ITB against Carolina Gaming, of course, who's got that passionate envoy, and a player like Yaxon, who I've been watching grow as this season has gone on.
It's actually crazy. I actually never thought you played on mouse and keyboard.
Oh,
You never talk about it.
I never talk about it.
I actually had no idea.
Yep.
I also had no idea that Carolina Gaming were going to come off of the rip like this, 50% of that hill already done, and back-to-back 4 downs for ITB.
This is beautiful by Carolina Gaming, automatically getting control of this first initial hill. Not only that, Tony, look at how much space they're taking on the map. They've got that C-plat control, they've got that catwalk as well, and they force the spawns here for ITB. But ITB, they find a way to get in with 2 down out of Carolina.
ITB did have an incredible tournament back at Arlington, not so much really at London, and we knew this wanted to be a bounce-back situation here for ITB. But don't forget, Carolina Gaming have been a pool play team so many times, have been a team that have made it to championship bracket. This team has a target on the back of ITB. They say we have to go through you if we want to make it to championship bracket.
Well, right now, ITB doing a great job of recovering here, right? It was Carolina Gaming that got a lot of progress on this very first hill. ITB now have come forward, and they're trying to get their progress, but all the while, it's a sweep in and a steal out of Carolina Gaming.
We switch gears over towards Yaxon. Yaxon, one of the newest members that you guys probably don't know to the crew. You've seen Envoy, you've seen Kami, you've probably seen Morley here and there. Yaxon is the real deal. Back in Darkest Hour, he was doing great on Season 1. Now, here in Season 3, on a great Carolina Gaming squad. And eventually goes down. I always do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Tony, you got to stop talking about players because immediately they die, and same thing happens for me, except when I cast, get triple kills. Morley with a beautiful triple there. Make that it over as he kills the mouse and keyboard player in Wootum.
An overkill by Morley. The man is 10-2. That's how you start your pool play run. Morley absolutely going on an absolute tear right now. But look how close they are taking this hill. ITB, they're the favorites in this matchup, but right now they find themselves way far behind. They're going to find themselves down 0-2 here on King of the Hill.
There's a lot of solo pushes happening. As you can see, another 4 dead for ITB. It's just those solo pushes. They get a little bit stagnant, and it's a 2-0 real quick for them.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna check on some things here, make sure that everything's going good as far as tech side. Why don't we go on a short intermission break? When we come back, we'll have more of your Carolina Gaming and ITB action.
King of the Hill. Hill incoming.
We are back with your HCS Atlanta Major and back here with your continuation of game number 1 between Carolina Gaming and ITB Esports. We saw Carolina Gaming come out of the gates hot. ITB Esports are going to have to answer back because Carolina Gaming starting off with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, you can see that it's a 1-0 lead, but something to really think about as well is the fact that the Hill is still in the first position there on the battery side. So Carolina, they obviously got that battery hill pretty quickly. It looks like ITB, though, taking control of this one right away.
Jackson pushing up quickly over toward the gold side of the map, trades out his life. Meanwhile, tower side is clearing out, and Carolina Gaming end up going 3 down. Mighties and ITB have every resource and the hill on the map.
Yeah, we'll see what Mighties can do with this shock rifle camo combination. Unfortunately, the camo, I believe, is going to dissipate, so we're not going to have any of that to look out for. But regardless, it is ITB in control, and it was going to be up to Mighties to stay alive, but he ends up going down. A great trade, though, by Chicken Wootum.
And with multiple going down here for ITB Esports, Wootsum really stuck by himself toward the gold side of the map, but he's feeling good. Gets the backstack on the border lead, turns it into a double. Is that not turn in lemons? It's 11-8.
Well, let me tell you, in that last game, it was Wootum. I was, I believe, 2-6. So maybe something happened there with the tech where he wasn't feeling comfortable or something wasn't working out. Now he looks like he's on his game, and it shows here in this game. They're about to get this hill for themselves and tie it up 1-1.
I don't know about the tech. They must have changed out his gaming chair because the man is shooting right now. 5-1 at the moment, even 1 assist to go along with it, and the first hill here for ITB Esports to tie things up.
I just always love watching the M&K players. I know I talk about it a lot, but it's honestly just a passion of mine to see these guys come up through the ranks, and Wootum and players like him to continue to prove that they can compete with the best of them. And you see right off the bat, it's going to be 1 down for each side. Some good trades come out, but a remote detonation from Jackson's going to even up the numbers, but it's 4 down for Carolina.
Even the remote detonation wasn't enough to get Carolina Gaming the numbers they were looking for. ITB Esports, they infiltrate, they get the hill, and I think they got camo as well.
Yeah, I'm curious as well, though, because Common, you saw him, he's on that needle side. Did he get the spawns onto A is what I'm looking at here, and they did. Look at them penetrate through the tower and immediately go towards the back of Hydro. Beautiful break by Carolina.
That's what you want to see. They were able to neutralize that camouflage quick and able to break the setup almost as quick. ITB Esports barely getting 20% of that hill, with now Carolina Gaming right back on it.
Here it is, Envor on the back of Hydro once again. And again, beautiful job by him to stay on that back Hydro side. Now they have 3 dead for ITB.
That they do. Instead of blocked in, Chick can't do much by himself. 4 down. Go ITB Esports, and Envor soaking up all of this hill time. Where those spawns coming from?
Yeah, great spread there. They got the spawns on the glass side. They send 2 towards long haul. You see Jimbo still on that glass. He's going to go towards that trippy corner, and they're going to pressure from both angles, but they're not getting any kills. 2 down for ITB.
And Mighty's going to be the 3rd one to fall as well. Carolina Esports taking control, and Chick to be the final player alive. And how long can you live? There goes Kama with the kill.
Yeah, great job cleaning him up, though. He was the last piece of the puzzle, and they'll have a numbers advantage here for a few seconds until Chick does spawn up, and that could give them enough time to be comfortable and get this hill. And that might make it happen with the kill on the Jimbo.
Oh, the shroud's going to be huge for Jackson. If they want to take him out there to go into the shadows, was it going to happen? 2 in a row here for Carolina Esports, and only 1 for ITB so far.
A little bit nervous there is Jackson. Don't want to point out the play, but Campbell's coming up here at about 17 seconds or so, and that could have been a shroud screen used to guarantee that camo. Regardless, they do kind of give up that C-flat position, and they are pushing this elevator side. With a 2-1 lead, it's not a bad play because they can guarantee control of this hill, but all the while, it's all automatically ITB that take it away.
Looks like Jackson and Carolina Esports aren't going to be able to hold onto that back A side. They're not going to be able to hold onto their lives. Either 4 down out of nowhere.
Yeah, this is just a change of pace here back and forth. You see Carolina in control, ITB in control, and don't forget, it was Carolina that started this game with that 1-0 lead. ITB still putting those kills on the board. And you see in terms of the slaves category, Carolina are leading, But ITB, it seems like they're in control when you look at the eye test, Tony.
Plenty of time on the clock here for anything to happen. That includes Carolina Gaming maybe putting some separation between ITB and the scoreboard, or ITB answering back, which is what they're looking for, because Mortally down to no shields, forced to back down as Envoy to switch out and try to keep it alive. Jimbo and Wutum, though, they go right in. They force themselves in.
Yeah, you saw Chick was the first one to go down there, but what did Chick do? A lot of damage to the opposition of Carolina. Yes, he does go down first, but his teammates are able to clean things up. Mighty's able to do a little bit of the same with this shock rifle. 2 more shots to work with. Mortally's going to take a bit of damage, but you're going to find Chick kind of separated between 2 players, still gets a kill and tries to stay alive, ends up falling.
A lot of points are already damaged by ITB Esports, but we do see Carolina Gaming over toward that back A side. Mortally covering the gold side as multiple go down here for ITB Esports. Look at the space that Carolina Gaming are able to take.
Yeah, this is great by the side of Carolina Gaming. All the spawns come out on the C side, and it's just honestly a great hold here by Mortally. He's going to make sure to kill the players pushing from the long haul side, but you got to think about it. That does mean that he gets off that glass side. That could allow the cross to come through here for ITB.
Multiple going down, and Carolina Gaming have been able to zone out ITB away from this hill, away from the spawns they're looking for. Jimbo has to go right through the battery side and wins a pivotal battle against Daxon. Wutum ends up going down on the opposite side, and Morley is chasing down a one-shot into a full shield. Jimbo full shield, but no problem here as 3 down. Go ITB.
Yeah, a great job by Carolina Gaming to get that 3 down. They also get the C-plat side spawn, so that'll guarantee Yaks in that camo. But look, it's ITB that tied up at 2. We have a game on our hands, Tony.
Onboard Carolina Gaming making sure they're controlling the tower side. Is this where they want to be for this next hill?
Yeah, tower's really important right here. You want to get that tower side and see plat control and watch those, of course, spawns that come out onto A and make sure that they're not able to push through that tower lane freely.
Morley staying alive toward the back C side of the map. We see 2 of Carolina Gaming alive here and controlling the spawns, but we know ITB Esports are pushing up quickly. There goes Mighty's and Chick towards tower on the side of the map. Jimbo's taking a lot of space over toward the glass side, so now we're going to see a pivotal 4-on-4 battle. It slows down a bit, but then Wutum's able to take down Envoy. Nades are down left and right. Morley gets into the fight and trades out his life there, but ITB have a man advantage, but Carolina Gaming have a yak.
Yeah, again, it was Wutum that made a big play right there. 2 resources were sent towards tower. He kills 1, trades out the next, and because of that, Chick is able to get this hill control, and they'll have that back Hydro spawn as well.
Mighty's in an excellent position there over toward the grapple side. Wutum holding down the back C spiral, and Chick just perfect in his hill, hasn't taken any damage whatsoever. Wutum dancing around with Mortally, eventually finds the kill, and that's half the members of Carolina Gaming on the black screen.
Yeah, Wutum's been incredible this entire time. Those are both 2 huge plays. Uses that shroud screen in that last play, gets his shields back, makes sure to take that player out in the back of Hydro, and it's ITB that have all but the rest of this hill here. They'll have to get a couple more slays to secure it, but this could be the lead with a minute left.
So much hill time here being accomplished by ITB, but not enough time on the board for Carolina Gaming as ITB Esports will go up at least 1 hill at the moment, moving down to that bottom mid hill. That is a tough one to grab.
Yeah, bottom mid is tough. You're going to want that C-plat control once again and that Hydro side control, but Chick's trying to stop all the control from happening.
Are you kidding me? Dude, that was a sneaky snake play if I ever seen one. And now we're seeing Chick with the shock rifle doing damage over towards the A side, driving away the camouflage player from Carolina Gaming. And that's a killing spree coming out of Chick. Envoy with the challenge of Chick. He finds the exit.
Yeah, you see, that's the importance here. We're seeing ITB value their life. Chick uses his sprint slide to get out of that situation, make sure to play his life. All the while, though, here comes the push from tower. Once again, it's successful. It's 2 down for ITB.
Jimbo and Mighty stuck on toward the C-plat and long haul side. We see 1 end up going down, and that means Mighty's might end up falling, and that's exactly what Carolina Gaming were looking for. They have hill control.
Now they know the spawns are coming out onto A, so you're going to see Mortally play this a bit slow until he gets some information. Chick understands how important tower side is. The double push comes out. That's going to be numbers advantage for ITB.
24 seconds on the clock here. You notice ITB Esports haven't stepped foot barely in this hill. They are simply playing the shot clock right now, while Carolina Gaming Gaming have to force their way through, and when they go 3 down, leaving Mortally by himself, ITB will continue to hold the line, bait the hill. This could be it.
Yeah, it definitely could be it. The spawns come out on the long haul side. They do get a kill, so they might be able to get in there at the last second. They do, with only 1 second remaining. It's going to take a big effort to get this hill, but they're halfway there.
Have you ever heard a caster say perfect Halo? Well, that's what needs to happen here for Carolina Gaming, and it simply won't. Chick finds the angle, Mortally goes down. ITB Esports taking game 1.
That's a very important win for ITB Esports. It gives them a momentum going into game number 2. Coming from that open bracket team in Carolina, you don't want to give them any sort of confidence going into this series. You say, hey, I was here first. I was in pool play first. You're coming into my house and going in my fridge, Tony.
Carolina Gaming were looking very good towards that first version of the game, then got some technical difficulties fixed up, and then ITB Esports kind of picking up where they left off. That's the favorite in this matchup, and you saw why. ITB Esports up 1-0. Will they go up 2-0? We'll find out here after break.
Slayer.
Solitude Slayer going to be our game number 2 between Carolina Gaming and ITB Esports. Camouflage, Shock, and a dream here for Carolina Gaming who find themselves down 0-1 in the series and also 0-1 as far as numbers as Chick take down Mortal.
Yeah, great job from ITB after that reset, right? They were down 1-0 when that reset happened, and they recovered in time, and now starting off game 2 on the right foot as well. We see a 5-0 lead so far here for ITB.
Yeah, the right foot for ITB Esports, but maybe the left foot for Carolina Gaming. They find themselves down quite a bit, and you also allow Chick to get away with this Shock. We've seen what this man can do with this power weapon, and Envoy has to go right behind him. That's a pinch out of Chick and Jimbo, and now Chick, he just hightails it out of there. He knows he has the Shock. He's not gonna be alive.
Yeah, you're the VIP when you have that Shock Rifle, and unfortunately, Chick does go down. So Shock Rifle potentially now in the hands of Carolina Gaming, and we've seen some of these players for a long time, Tony. At any moment, this Carolina Gaming roster could pop off, and this is the place that needs to do it here in game number 2, Slayer.
Damage you want to see out of ITB Esports. They're covering every single angle on the map. Perfect shots coming out of Wootsum. You see them flicking around. What sensitivity is that?
It's actually, you wouldn't think so, but it's actually a pretty slow sensitivity, which is interesting because, you know, I personally play on a slow sensitivity, and apparently he plays on about the same sense. He might have changed it since I last saw, but regardless, you have all of that ability to hit those close shots with that, you know, looks like a slow sense, but also you can swipe your arm to make it look like a quick sense as well.
That's just how it is, man. Mouse and keyboard, that's slow sense for you. that's further than max sense for us controller players. It's absolutely crazy in a 15-6 run for ITB Esports, and Wootsum currently 2 kills. 5 assists right now. Has only died 1 time. He's been a thorn in the side for Carolina Gaming because every fight that they get into, they're weak. Wootsum's putting it up on everybody on the map. What a triple coming out of Tom.
19-8 the score so far. ITB leading, and Wootsum, a beautiful scoreline right there. 5 kills, Tony, 5 assists, only 1 death. And he's making his deaths really difficult as well. Almost stays alive. All the while, that pressure created allows Chick to get that camo.
He hatched the camo, and now he's Envoy in his sights. Shots go in, but Envoy hits him with the left-right. Can't take off Chick's reticle. It's just locked on him right there as Chick is hitting every single shot on his way to a 7-2 score line. It could be 8 as Jackson finds himself in no man's land and down to 1 shot.
Yeah, Jackson's going to end up going down here, but a great job by him to capitalize on that trade and try to claw their way back. It's going to be tough, though, Tony. That's Mount Everest you're looking at right now, 13-25, a massive lead for ITB.
That it is. We switch gears to Jimbo. Jimbo's been having a great tournament so far, and as he tries to stay alive here toward the cafe side, Chick is going to be pushing up, and he wants to take a complimentary angle, but everywhere he goes, he's getting absolutely shredded and peppered by the Carolina Gaming members. Finally, it looks like they're going to try to push through yard. Envoy and Carolina Gaming are ready, and there we go. That's the angle he was looking for, even the stick.
That was so beautiful by him. You saw he got shot and peppered, like you mentioned, got his shields back the first time. The second time, he got peppered a few times where he couldn't get his shields back, so instead takes a different route, gets 2 kills.
Love to see that. Love to see some boots on. Let me tell you, man, one of the most dynamic players in the league and so fun to watch, as I'm not sure how that wasn't a triple. I think he got robbed there. We'll have a conversation with me later, Boots. Don't worry, I got your back.
He's got your back. 31-18 here. Like we keep talking about, ITB on a little bit of a run. It's a 3 down here for ITB, though, and a chance for Mortally and Carolina Gaming to make something happen. This camo could be the catalyst that brings them back into this game.
13 kills separating ITB and Carolina Gaming, and things are not looking good here for Jackson and the crew. Even the camouflage isn't enough to get any kind of tail, get any kind of wind between your legs. It's just ITB Esports in every given corner, and that includes here over towards the yard BR. That's not fair.
This is tremendous out of Wootsum. 13-4, hasn't stopped, and so much damage being output as well. It just is one of the things about M&K that just makes it so strong. You're able to essentially shoot multiple angles at the same time, and he's able to do that here. He consistently does that. He's on fire right now. 12 more kills, and ITB will close this game 2 out.
38 and counting here for ITB Esports, and yet another time where Jimbo and ITB are able to just catch Carolina Gaming off guard. destroying. And look at these shots. He just doesn't miss. He's shooting the body of Chris Common Wootsum. Who is that man?
I love this. You're already starting to see some complaints online about this M&K with Amos. I said, I told you it was strong in the beginning. Not a lot of people wanted to listen. We're seeing the strength here in Wootsum.
One of the youngest players in the league right now, and he's going off like this, letting Carolina Gaming know about it. Let me tell you, I'm A1 when it comes to trash talk, and I love what I see on this young man, Wootsum. He's letting everybody know he's here.
He is here. And ITB is here as well. Almost closing this game out. 5 more kills. That camo, I don't think is going to play a factor here at the 6-minute mark, Tony, but ITB look good.
Just 2 more kills here, and with 3 down go Carolina Gaming. It's ITB Esports. They're going to influence those spawns and put Carolina Gaming exactly where they want them. Jackson was the final player. Common may have gotten a kill on Chick there, but eventually it's only a matter of time before these shots start to get capitalized on. But I will say, back-to-back slays favor Carolina Gaming. Jimbo now forced out of that yard side, and it wasn't Jimbo to get the final kill, but ITB got the 50th.
Yeah, Chick closed it out there, and again, it's just great patience, right? You understand where the spawns are, but overall, we can't talk about the last play, Tony. We just have to talk about it all. ITB are looking phenomenal there in Game 2. Now they'll look to close the series with a sweep.
And that they are. I mean, I just feel like they complement each other so well. You talked about before, the damage, the DMG. That's the service tag from Wootsum that he's able to do on the map. Chick, Jimbo, and Mighties, they're saying, if you're going to keep putting damage on everybody, we're going to get aggressive. We're going to close the gap. And that's what they've been doing all game long, all series long. And that's one of the reasons why ITB are up 2-0 in this series and potentially a 3-0 sweep. We'll find out after this short break.
strongholds.
You don't have to be great to start, but you gotta start in order to be great. And as of right now, Carolina Gaming, their road could start right here, right now, against the favorites in the match, against a team that is up 2-0 in this series. Carolina Gaming, first 2 caps on the board. Do they have it in them to pull off the reverse sweep?
Yeah, I know ITB weren't really happy with that performance in London, and I was a little bit worried in that game 1, Tony. I was worried that we were going to see a little bit of the same, but we're seeing something different here. After that tech restart, it is a different ITB. They look strong in this series.
Different ITB than that game number 1, that version 1, but the ITB that we expected to see, especially after their Arlington performance and a nice little backsmack out of Wutum. He ain't just aggressive, he's a little sneaky as well.
He is. I love the control of the pace of the game. Slowing it down, speeding it up when he needs to. It's a double cap here for ITB. Wutum is in the head of the players from Carolina Gaming. You'll love to see it.
I mean, something I know for a fact that Carolina Gaming are trash talking. They want to get into the head of some of the young players, especially like Wutum's mental game is so big when it comes to this esport. ITB don't appreciate that. Wutum doesn't appreciate that. So the same way you can give it to him, he can throw it right back at you.
Yeah, he's a champion in another game. He understands that pressure and understands what it takes to be a winner. And Jimbo understands a little bit of the same. A beautiful shot there, goes for the shot onto Yaxon. We're getting a little stylish now, Tony. They're having fun.
I need to study up some gymbology, the study of Jimbo, because what in the world gives you the nerve to go after something like that? I mean, I know you're up 2-0 in this series, but that is quite something.
Yeah, it's pure confidence, and it's turning into a nice little lead for them as well, going for that triple cap. You see Morley's the only one in position to stop C. A great win, though, onto Mites.
We're going down for both sides, but eventually a 3 down for ITB Esports. Carolina Gaming want to take advantage of that. So you see them pushing up over toward the A side. Runs into a Mighty's, does common. Great shots, forcing him out. And over towards A. Not only gets the kill, but also in Alpha. Jimbo there as well, though.
Yeah, Mighty's ends up going down there, but you saw that little slide that he did. He's kind of just creating some time for his teammate to come from B, which is what they just took. Regardless of that, though, Carolina Gaming have now taken control of B and C. There was a sniper down there. I'm not sure if Envor saw that.
107-11 lead here for ITB Esports. However, Carolina Gaming are the ones scoring at the moment. They're also the ones that just put ITB 3 down. Jimbo is by himself and Envor pushing up, looking for the weakened Jimbo, and also working on Alpha at the same exact time.
Yeah, that's the great thing about the QT. You can pressure multiple angles on the map, and you see Envor just waiting for that pressure to come into B. If he wants to QT there, he can. Instead, he goes for the long route, and QT's inside of B, which is a great play. They expect him to QT backwards, but instead, he QT's aggressively.
Gets aggressive and gets out of dodge. Right back in there is Envor. Big plays being made across the board from Envor and Carolina Gaming, but they don't have Alpha nor Bravo. That means they're not scoring. At least Morley has a camo sniper.
Yeah, he's given up. I'm sorry, ITB have given up the camo, and the sniper Mortally gets one shot with it, sprinting a little bit though, but they know his location, so they're gonna keep him there as long as possible, and he's been down to no shields. He knows he's in trouble, so instead he just wastes all the ammo, only 1 bullet left, and he hits a body shot, Tony.
Yeah, back-to-back body shots, and then wasting that ammo that's still doing max damage for going down. That is quite the life out of Mortally. And eventually 4 down go ITB Esports is what you wanted. You wanted the trip cap. You're down by so much. The only way you come back is through multiple trip caps.
Yeah, you need that trip cap or a very long-standing double cap. But trip cap is always what you want to make that score diminish or that lead diminish quickly. And it's 2 down for the side of Carolina. And potentially a B hold here for ITB.
Back on the scoring is ITB Esports, 133 points so far. Meanwhile, Carolina Gaming only have managed to muster 46, despite some great plays on it that we need to see more. And Mighty's not very far of a QT, but he might have been able to juke him out a little bit, a little aim assist.
A little quick strafe, kind of, close range strafe. Regardless, though, it's still Carolina trying to push up on the map. They're trying to go for this B side, but the pressure from ITB keeps coming through. Finally, they get a 3 down again, and now they can utilize this to get B and C at the same time.
So excited to see Action Jackson getting his opportunity here with Carolina Gaming. He's really been great for this roster. We saw those shots right there. He has a mean shot of them, and right now the double cap is in for Carolina Gaming. But ITB, they're not going for Bravo. They're going for Charlie.
Yeah, they went to the top side. They decided to go to the top side because there was a lot of resources on this B side, and because of that, they get C for free. The rotation, though, from Carolina is really good. They get A for that. Now they just got to hold on to A and B, and they'll continue to score.
So you're saying the intelligent play sometimes, not to headbutt the enemy, sometimes to out-rotate them.
Sometimes.
Good God, no wonder why I'm not good at Halo.
Cap comes in through to A. It's 3 down for Carolina, and you see the last player on the side of C. He's going to get taken out as well, so this will be scoring for the side of ITB, but they're not confident in this AC setup. This is just a rotational setup. You get AC, then you can rotate through to B and take control once again.
So right now we see them holding on to Charlie, almost daring them to push Alpha right now, waiting to be able to out-rotate him or slay them. That works as well. Getting kills and holding on to this unorthodox setup could be what you need, because eventually 2 turns to 3. Forget out-rotating the enemy. You rotate through them.
Yeah, that was beautiful. They got a clean 4 down as well. Now they just have to attack the spawns onto C. This is just getting really insane for the side of ITB. Carolina don't show any signs of life here whatsoever. 200 points has just been reached by ITB.
202 to 72 in favor of ITB, and once again Carolina Gaming 3 down, make it 4 the reversal.
Oh,
and I think I just heard him get loud on the stage.
He stopped for a reason. He stood up. He was very loud, and I understand there's a lot of passion on that Carolina Gaming roster. I wouldn't doubt that they're talking their game, or were, before it ends up being 0-2 in the series. I mean, ITB look great right now.
For the purposes of 343 FaZe and HCS and everybody involved, he stood up and said, "You guys are doing great. Good luck in the rest of the series."
I don't know if that's what he said.
That's what he said.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
there was no expletives in there. I swear.
Not at all. Very family friendly, like we like it here. But it's Carolina Gaming coming back a little bit here. They'll lock in a triple cap for a couple of seconds. I don't know how long this will hold. First player that goes in is going to be Chick. Wutem goes in as well. They're slaying. It's 3 down for ITB now.
Well, maybe putting down your controller and yelling at the other team isn't the best way to hold on to a double cap, because eventually the double cap goes in favor of Carolina Gaming. And 108 points, still so far behind. We're literally less than half of the scoreline of the opposition, so ITB Esports really need just one break, and I'd imagine they'd be able to take it.
In our 3 years of casting, Tony, I think we've seen this before. I don't know if it'll happen right now, but we've seen comebacks like this before. Very difficult, though, when you have an ITB that are playing as well as they are, but it's definitely possible. That being said, B gets taken. It's a rotation through to A for Carolina, and now it's a triple cap potentially locked in for ITB.
Just because it's possible doesn't mean it's probable, and ITB Esports flipped the map right on Carolina Gaming. That is a trip cap. That means Carolina Gaming had to attack Alpha and Bravo at the same time, dividing your resources and not able to conquer.
C is being taken, and A. This is a last-minute stop here by the side of Carolina, but it's not going to be enough. ITB with the sweep. Bring out the broom. It's 3-0.
250 to 123 is going to be your final score line on there. Like you said, on the way to sweep, and it's real clean here. I guess they work in double time right now. Professional players also cleaning up pretty well after themselves.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to a break until we get our next match ready. So Tony and I will bow out here, but don't go anywhere. We'll have more matches coming up next.